Time sure flies. It feels like only yesterday that I made that friendship pact with Sophie and Richard. But we've all changed so much since then. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Asbel? What are you doing out here?
Sorry. I just needed some time to think about things.
About King Richard?
You know me too well. Hey, remember the first time we met him?
Of course. You broke into his room and then dragged him all over town. I was always surprised he enjoyed it as much as he did. He even wore that stupid disguise.
Yeah, good times. Everyone was together back then, even Richard. But now he's all alone, with no one to support him. Sometimes I wonder if that loneliness drove him to his current state. I can't help but think if things could have been different. I was so caught up in my own training that I never thought to check up on any of you guys. If I had been able to notice Richard's troubles, maybe I could have stopped things from the way they are now.
It's not too late.
I don't know.
Stubbornness is one of your strongest traits, you know. You're always pursuing some issue long after it's reached the point of annoyance. So if you believe he can still be saved, then don't give up. Just use the same persistence with him that you have shown me.
Thanks, Hubert. That means a lot coming from you. I'm glad you're around. You always put things into perspective.
Oh, come on. Besides, it's my job as the little brother to keep you out of trouble.
Ouch.
If King Richard doesn't have anyone to trust, then at least he can go to you.
You think so?
You promised to believe in him, and you have an obligation to maintain that promise.
I suppose it does. He's right. If I don't stop Richard, who will? I'm not going to give up, no matter what.
Pascal, what are you doing here? Verma!
You know each other?
Of course! Everyone, this is Verma. She's an Amarcian like me. Nice to meet you, everyone. So you work for Fendel now, right, Verma? That's right. Actually, I work at Fendel Tower. The security is such a pain. You have to use this fancy security pass just to get in. Hey, so do you think I could maybe kinda sorta borrow your pass? I've wanted to see the inside of that tower forever. Well, I don't know. Please? I promise I'll just look around and not break anything and come right back. Well, all right. I suppose I can trust you of all people. Thanks, Verma. I totally owe you.
Fendel Tower, huh? I sure hope Kurt is here.
You said you knew him, right, Malik? In fact, you seemed shocked when you heard his name. What kind of person is he? If things go badly and we have to fight him, your information might help turn the tide.
We first met at the military academy over 20 years ago. Much as they do now, the people of Fendel was suffering. The climate was harsh, and our Valkanist provided no help. Most of the people were on the verge of poverty. Or worse. The rich were content to let the poor struggle, so long as their own gluttony remained satisfied. Eventually, a young officer decided he had seen enough and started a reform movement. Kurt and I believed strongly in the cause, and had soon devoted ourselves to it completely.
So what happened?
It was youthful foolishness. Those in power brought pressure to bear and crushed the revolution before it could take hold. I knew my life was in danger, and so I decided to flee Fendel while I still could. But Kurt stayed. He refused to watch the light of revolution flicker and die. He was a man of fearsome intelligence and singular will. A man who would sooner die than surrender his ideals. Even if we do manage to track him down, I doubt he'll listen to an old coward like me.
But there's a chance, Captain. And that means we have to try.
I suppose you're right. Let's go find him.
This area is off limits.
Parma's not feeling well, so she sent us in her place.
She sent 6 of you?
Today's procedure is unusually labor-intensive.
Well, alright. Go on through. But that pass of yours will only work on the first floor. All other areas are off limits.
Understood.
Sweet, Captain! You totally saved our bacon again. You're really good at this.
Yes, I suppose so.
I won't hold it against you if you wish to view me as a professional liar.
All right, we made it into the tower. Now the real work begins.
Right. We should find Kurt as soon as possible.
I have to say I'm relieved. When I first heard about Kurt, I feared you might try to avoid having to meet with him again. That no longer seems to be the case.
Having come this far, I no longer feel conflicted. It's just...
Yes?
I might have mentioned it before, but Kurt is not an opponent to take lightly. I can't say whether I'll be able to persuade him.
That's enough, Captain Malik.
What?
I'm saying try to keep your self-importance in check. Stop thinking of this as only your problem. Their Valkanist experiment will be disastrous, and convincing him of this is a duty we all share.
Interesting. It looks like all of these moving panels are linked together.
Indeed. If you make one panel move, all of the others shift in lockstep. When determining our path through the tower, we'll need to factor in the positions of the moving panels.
And then there are these. Looks like we can shut off the steam by closing the corresponding valves.
But if we close too many valves in the same place, they may not withstand the pressure.
This tower looked majestic from the outside, but the interior is junk.
Sadly, I think that pretty much sums up Fendel for me.
More stairs? How many floors are in this building anyway?
Hey, are you all right?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm curious as to why you are standing by yourself.
I'm not good with heights.
Oh, I see people down there. But they're tiny.
Captain, is that really true? About being afraid of heights?
Yes. Why would I lie about something like that?
Wait, but when you ambushed us at Wallbridge, weren't you waiting for us at the top of a tower?
Yes, and that's probably why I lost. Had there been any other option, I would have taken it.
Losing to Asbel must have really gnawed at you, huh?
Our destination is up ahead. Are you well?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing Kurt again.
Then perhaps you should act like it. Because when you appear anxious, it makes the others uneasy.
Oh?
My brother in particular relies on you with all his heart. So at this point, even false bravado would be more than welcomed.
Aren't we clever?
So this is Kurt's office. Looks like he's out.
Are you sad he's not here?
A little, but I'm also relieved. I have no idea what I'll say to the man when I finally see him again. Anyway, we're here. We should learn what we can.
Is that?
Here, let me look. Yep, that's it. It's the Falconus Crius. It's hidden in a glacier right outside the capital.
What? That's just a stone's throw away.
If the Falconus explodes, it will mean the end of Zavhert.
Someone's coming.
Malik, is that you?
Hello, Kurt. It's been a long time.
As much as I'd love to catch up, this is hardly the time nor the place.
We need to speak to you. It's important. Is it true that you're heading up the Falconus experiment?
It is. And it's also true we're finally on the cusp of a vital breakthrough. If this experiment works, we'll be able to harvest Eleth at a phenomenal rate. The people of Fendel, all of them, will want for nothing. The revolution of 20 years past never died, old friend. It just took a different form.
You have to stop the experiment, Kurt.
The research you're using is flawed. If you extract too much Eleth, it'll initiate an unstoppable chain reaction and destroy the Falconus.
This is Pascal. She's an Amarcian and an expert on the Falconus. She founded the original research upon which Fourier based her work.
Your concerns are amusing, but unnecessary. The experiment will go forward as planned.
What?
Do you think me so foolish as to rely solely on the work of Miss Fourier? We've made extensive modifications to her research and accounted for every possible outcome. You have no cause for concern.
But
My country is dying. If we halt the experiment, the plight of our citizens will become exponentially greater. We would be forced to invade neighboring countries merely to survive. The border skirmishes of our recent past would quickly escalate into all-out war.
when you say neighboring countries, do you mean Windor?
We have nothing more to discuss.
So that's it? You refuse to stop the experiment?
Malik, out of respect for our past history together, if you leave now, I will give you time to escape. If not, I will summon the guards. You turned tail and ran once, Malik. I suggest you do so again.
Kurt, damn you! Enough!
You and I chose very different paths, old friend. This is mine.
Well, at least we know where the Valkanus is. That's something.
But Kurt refused to stop the experiment.
He's fought a revolution all by himself for the last 20 years. Think of the strength that must have taken. I wish I could support him. You heard what he said, Pascal. Do you still think the experiment is dangerous?
There's no safe way to extract Eleth from that Valkanus. It's just way too unstable.
I see.
Captain Malik, we should go to the glacier and stop the experiment. We're the only ones who know the truth. It's our responsibility.
Responsibility.
When we next meet Kurt, we will almost certainly have to fight him. Are you prepared to do that?
To fight my old friend.
If we do this, it will bring the wrath of the entire Fendel nation down upon us. And we are but 6 people. If you don't pull your weight in battle, it'll put all of us in danger.
Kurt is still my friend, no matter what happens here. But I will do whatever it takes to stop him. I owe him that much.
That's all I needed to hear. Shall we move onward?
Captain Malik, is there any chance we could find the leader of this country and ask him to stop the experiments?
Chancellor Eigen would be the man you seek. He certainly has the power to stop it.
But unfortunately for us, we didn't see Chancellor Eigen in Fendel Tower.
Somebody in town said Eigen is watching the experiments personally and stuff. So if we're gonna convince him, we better crash that party.
You may be right. If the Valkanus is in the glacial region, we should take the northeast exit out of town and hurry over there.
Right. Things have been pretty quiet so far.
Let's hope reaching the Valkanus is equally simple.
Interesting. It looks like the center of this mountain is hollow.
If that's the case, then the Valkanus totally has to be here.
How so?
Because the ancient Amarcians supposedly supplied the Valkanus control unit. So I figure they built a chamber to house it or whatever.
Captain Malik, why won't Kurt just listen to reason and stop the experiment? Doesn't he know what could happen?
Well, it's because this country is running out of time.
But I don't understand. If the experiment fails, everyone could be hurt. Even worse, everyone could be killed.
Yes, but if they don't take action, that will be their fate anyway. Whether through starvation, war, or failed experiment, the final result is always death. That's why they cling to any shred of hope, for a chance to change things around.
But we still have to stop them. No matter how much they resist, we cannot allow this experiment to proceed.
If this experiment ends up failing, it could lead to war with Windor.
Don't worry. I'll stop Kurt. I promise you that.
I feel the same. My invention was totally behind all of this. And on top of that, I don't want my sister to end up a criminal.
I'm pleased that everyone understands what they must do. Doubt will only hinder us. Now let us proceed onward.
What I must do is stop Richard. I don't want to fight. I won't fight. There has to be another way for this to all end. I know there is.
Is there any way to knock down these pillars?
Of course there is.
How?
We just need to wallop them with more power.
And how do we do that?
Oh, there's tons of ways. Like this!
Ugh, what are you doing?
Okay, so you didn't fall down, yeah? But now... Whee!
Oh no. Oh, Pascal.
See? You fell down. Hit something with more force, and you generate more power.
Was all of that really necessary? You could have just told me, you know. Unbelievable. Ugh. Let's just find a way to keep moving onward.
If we take a long approach like I just did, everything should work out fine.
Look, over there.
We will now begin the process of extracting Eleth from the Vulcanus Creus.
What is this nonsense? Nothing's happening! Increase the power!
Come on, we have to stop them.
Malik, how did you find this place?
Kurt, you have to stop the experiment.
Seize the intruders! Malik, you have grown strong. It appears we are no longer equals.
I could not have defeated you without my companions.
The Vulcanus!
Impossible!
I'm sorry, sir. Chancellor Eigen ordered me to increase the output to maximum.
Oh no! It's starting a chain reaction!
Shut it down! Now!
Come on. I tried, but I can't. The emergency shutdown isn't responding.
I'm afraid there's no choice. I'm gonna have to destroy the main outflow pipe.
No way, you can't do that. It's too dangerous.
This whole situation is my fault. I have to do something.
No, this is my responsibility. I'll take care of it. Kurt!
Kurt, try to hold on, old friend. Kurt!
Miss Pascal, was it? Please, I must ask you to complete your research. Without a working Vulcanus, Fendel is doomed. We must find a way to control its potential. You have got to complete your research. Save my country. You must save my people. Kurt. Malik. It's all up to you now. I'm going to have to leave the revolution in your hands. Fight. You must do whatever it takes to save our people.
Kurt, no! You're strong! You have to fight! Kurt!
Is Kurt dead? We won't see him again?
No.
That's not fair. You only just found him. Please come back. You have to come back, Kurt.
Sophie, it's all right. We have to let him rest now.
Captain.
Huh? What is that?
No.
Ah, you beautiful thing. Come to me now.
Richard, stop!
Do not interfere!
Asbel!
Not you again.
Look at that! Is it just me or is she glowing?
It seems that you and I are fated to battle. I will not be destroyed! You cannot stop me!
Sophie!
Perfect. Now to finish things.
Richard!
Just when we managed to stop the experiment.
Richard, that just can't be him. It just can't. No human could have possibly done that.
This is a complete disaster! All of our Elith is now gone! And in addition to that, it was stolen away by the King of Windor himself! That scum! This is nothing less than an act of war! And don't think that you'll be slinking away either! Guards!
One moment there, Chancellor Eigen. Poisson! What are you doing here?
I have come here before you today as the Overseer's representative.
You mean to say that you speak for the Amarcian Overseer?
Yes, greetings, Chancellor. I come here bearing a personal message for you. We humbly request that you spare all of these people and leave them to our care. The actions of King Richard endanger not only your country, but all of the kingdoms in the world as well. The Overseer has chosen to devote all of Amarcia's resources to resolving this terrible threat. And to that end, we require the information these people possess.
But my country has suffered a great outrage, and I cannot...
The Overseer also said one more thing. Depending upon your answer, we may be forced to recall all engineers who currently provide aid to the government of Fendel. She hopes this won't be necessary, and that we can continue to enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come.
So be it then. I leave this matter in the hands of the Overseer. Everyone move out!
Poisson, that was a serious threat you just made. Did the Overseer really say that?
Of course she did.
Huh, you're gonna make a great Overseer someday. Your timing was totally perfect too. The question is, how in the heck did you know we were here?
Your sister Fourier returned and informed us that the Valkanist was in very grave danger.
Fourier! I'm sorry about the Valkanist, but we couldn't save it.
So what do you think we should do now? We have no idea where King Richard will strike next.
Actually, the Overseer did mention something about that as well.
Oh, she did?
She believes that King Richard will most likely make for the Lestalia.
Lestalia?
The Lestalia is the core of our planet, and the only true source of all the Krias in the world. Here, Pascal, I have something for you. This is the key to the Archive of Wisdom. There is much about the Lestalia that still remains hidden even from the Overseer. But she believes you can find more information about it within the Archive of Wisdom.
You sure it's okay for me to go inside it?
The Overseer believes you have learned a great deal from recent events, so she has decided to bend the rules for you. But just this once.
Wow, she really said that?
Well, let's check it out, Pascal.
Agreed, the time for caution is over. We must seize any hope, no matter how faint.
I'm staying here.
Captain?
I have to. I am responsible for Kurt's work and continuing the revolution. I am, in my heart, a man of Fendel. I will not abandon my people again.
I fear there's little point in you taking up the torch of revolution now.
Why not?
Kurt's final wish was for the Valkanist research to be completed and his people rescued from misery. If there is any hope for completing this mad task, then we must find and defeat King Richard. I think you should come with us. Come with us. Show the world what it really means to be a true man of Fendel.
Hubert.
I'm coming too. Kurt totally trusted me after all.
Captain Malik, please. We still need your guidance and your instruction.
Asbel. You're too good to me, my friends.
It will be an honor to have you with us, Captain Malik.
remain here. There are still many delicate matters to discuss with Chancellor Eigen. Also, the Overseer will be here soon. I'm sorry I can't go with you.
Don't worry about it. We'd appreciate all the help, Poisson. All right, let's head back to the Amarcian Enclave.
Right.
Yes.